Did you return Barry Friesman's call?
I knew that was going to be your first question. Yeah, I did.
And
still ongoing. Yeah. So yeah, no, yeah, we just got to be careful that we don't get thrown into a battering row, and we've got our figures of where we're at, and they've certainly got theirs, and currently George Cooper's a Peterborough United footballer, and are we trying to do a deal? Potentially, yeah, but we just need to wait and see where that gets us. So the discussions are still ongoing, and they take a long time, these things, don't they? They'll want to win, I want to win, and I think at some point you've got to come to an agreement where it's mutual for the players' sake as well. So we're still in discussions, and we'll keep discussing until the right deal fits both parties.
The transfer window closes on October the 16th. Would you like to do a deal for George Cooper now, or would you be prepared to wait until a bit into the season?
No, because you don't want to go on too far, because someone else might pop up who's available, and what you don't want to do is we've been quite astute with our recruitment. As I've said, we started our recruitment the back end of December, January, and we haven't we're not just picking that up and turning up and throwing it away. We need to make sure that we can get the recruits we want. We'll keep going. Are more recruits coming available? Yeah, certainly in the circumstances. Is the other players coming around that make suit? Yeah, definitely. But again, we've got to make sure it's the right fit for both parties. I don't want to wait too long. Ideally, I want all my players in by the first game of the season. First league game of the season, I should say, because I think it might drag on a week or so with one or two other signings we're looking to recoup. So the quicker we can get it done, the better for all involved.
Looking at it, you've got 20 players. You've talked about having 2 players for each position, so you're about 2, maybe 3 away from having what you'd like.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But again, we've got to make sure they're the right ones, Chris. We can't just jump at the chance of anyone. We're getting loads of calls now. We're getting loads of agents calling us and players, and but that's a good sign, because people are wanting to come to play for the football club, and us as coaches and managers, and seeing the way we play. So we're pleased with that aspect of it, but we've got to make sure it's the right one, and I think the quicker we can get there, the better.
Looking around the lower leagues, certainly there seem to be plenty of managers saying they've got plenty of signings still to do. Are you quite pleased that you're fairly well down the line compared to a lot of clubs?
Definitely, yeah. But again, listen, a lot of credit has to go to, I know I keep saying it, but the board of we have got a salary cap, but they've given us the funds to go ahead and do. I think a lot of people took the wrong end of the stick with Simon Allen saying he's given the club 3.5 million, because my phone rang about 50 times the minute that got out. And that's not where they've lied, but that's because he's the type of owner he is, and and he's putting the money aside for the football club, not necessarily the football department, to make sure the football club survives. So we're well down the line. We're quite pleased with where we're at. If we get 1 or 2 more additions in the next week up to 10 days, then we'd actually sit down and say we've recruited very well. But and we're not being big-headed by saying this here, but we've been doing the recruitment for a while, and once we knew the budget, once we knew what we had to work with, we've just jumped and moved quickly, and I think we've done extremely well. Not just me, but me recruitment staff, and Neil, Shuey, Nance, Jimmy, all of us, everyone associated. We've made sure that we do it very quickly.
I know Callum McFadden's not your player anymore, but do you know if he's fixed up anywhere or anything like that?
No, I had a manager call me about him last week, and obviously I couldn't say anything other than he's a great player, he's a great lad, he'll do a job wherever he goes, whatever position he plays, but I still haven't seen he signed anywhere. So again, but that's what happens when you've got to be careful in this day and age, really. Me and Shuey as players and the lads, you never ever really turn down a contract, because you don't know when the next one's going to come. Listen, Fads is a bit different. His is a family decision, so we've said we'll wish him all the best, and hopefully he gets sorted soon.
I haven't seen him get fixed up anywhere, and I didn't know if you'd seen that or not. Are you sort of playing Middlesbrough in some sort of training practice games today?
We sure are, yeah.
Can you give us an idea of how?
We're just gonna so basically we're just gonna play 30 minutes with them. So we'll be over the training ground this afternoon, about 11-12 o'clock, and we'll have a practice match 30 minutes. We'll run it ourselves, so it can be a stop-start if need be. I'm hoping Neil's brought his whistle so he can referee.
He's refereed before, hasn't he? Yeah.
So, no, listen, it's just, they're going to use our facilities. They're in their bubble, we're in ours. Everyone's tested, we can do that. They'll have one part of the bottom of the pitch, and we'll have the top pitch for warm-ups, and then we'll, come together to play the games. And yeah, it's more like training games. Again, it's just to get more minutes in the lads' legs and more volume. And as I say, it can be dictated by us.
Better than playing 11v11s and stuff like that, isn't it? To play against different people and different players and different styles.
Yeah, but what I will say on the 11v11s, when we played 11v11s amongst ourselves, they're very, very competitive because of the way we are and the way our lads are. Because some lads will see it that, well, I'm not in that 11, I need to get in that 11. And lads who are in the 11 saying, I've got to stay in the 11 because I don't want him to take his shit. So they are always competitive, our 11v11s and in-house practice matches. But yeah, listen, when you're playing against another championship team, you know, it is always competitive, and that's what we want.
You've got Forest Green on Saturday, and they're a very competitive League 2 team. I mean, there'll be a good test and different challenges for you after playing Rangers and Middlesbrough. Yeah, definitely. Listen, and that's why we wanted the game. You know, when I knew we had to stay local, if you like, I phoned Mark Cooper and said, look, do you fancy a game? And he said, yeah, straight away, because it'll be a good test for them also. And, you know, the style of play, we've always had good games against them. You know, and I think for us to play against a Forest Green, a good footballing team, and I'll do it right, it is going to be a test for us, but also a test for them. So it bodes well for both teams going into the league fixtures the following week. Are you planning anything next week before QPR, or are you going to have a clear week before you play that cup game? What game-wise? Yeah. We might, yeah, but again, we're all governed by everything, aren't we? Because if we were to go to I don't know, let's say it's Tavistock who we were supposed to play, if we were to go there, then we're going to have 1,000 fans there, aren't we? Because they can come in now, so we have to be careful that that's not. So yeah, we're planning, we're always planning. If something pops up and we can get another game in, whether it's a training game against someone, then we might do that on the Tuesday, because we'll see where the lads are at minutes. There's a lot of lads played a lot more than others, so we need to make sure we bring that into contention of making sure they're fully ready. So if we need one, we'll do it. But again, there's no harm in having a full week to prepare for QPR. Luke Jeffcott being called up by Wales under-21s, you know, that's great for him. Is that good for the club or bad for the club that he's going to miss maybe 3-4 games in the first few months of the season, potentially? I don't know. He's only being called up from the 29th to the 5th, is it? Yeah. So he's, but they've got another sort of game in October, and then I think 2 games in November. Yeah, but possibly. But again, listen, I think, you know, first and foremost, when you get recognised in this football club, you know, over the past so many years, I don't think we've had many internationals that have gone up at any level. So it shows the club are going in the right direction, and the football is. And for Jeps himself to get called up, you know, I'd be concerned going through the season that, you know, a Ryan Hardy doesn't get a call up from Scotland, and potentially Lewis McLeod when he gets back fully fit and playing, because these are the type of players who've represented the countries before. You know, we might lose Kelland at some point. I don't know whether he's England, Irish or Welsh, but you know, the good footballers, these young lads. So again, we've got to take it in our stride, and that's why we want probably 2 players for each position, just in case. You know, it'd be a big missing the first couple of games, if you like, but again, it's a great opportunity for Jeps to go and represent his country and play for Wales. The kick-off time against QPR is like 12:30. With games behind closed doors, do you think that kick-off times of other games could change? You know, EFL Trophy one, for example, and in midweek games you've got. Do you think there's more flexibility in kick-off times at the moment? Yeah, there will be. I think for us, we respect Queen's Park Rangers massively, and Mark Warburton, who's a great guy and a great manager. And they asked us to change the kick-off time because they want to come the night before, stay in the hotel, but they want to catch the last train home. So, you know, I'd like to think if I phoned someone up, and especially where we are, you know, could we change the kick-off to later or for whatever, for more recovery time? I think they'd certainly do it. You know, that's manager to manager and club to club, and you know, so we've gone out of our way to do it for them also, because we don't want them travelling back late at night and getting back all hours, because they've got to prepare again for the following week for a big championship campaign. So they asked us. We said, yeah, no problem, we'll do it, because I think it's only fair. Looks as though you'll be playing AFC Wimbledon at Loftus Road, which is a nice ground. I mean, any thoughts on that? Do you know what? I haven't really thought about it yet, Chris, because obviously we've got other games, you know, leading up to that. But yeah, listen, it doesn't matter where you are, because there's not going to be no fans there, is there? No. So you could be over at Harper's for all anyone cares. But again, yeah, listen, you know, Loftus Road's a great little stadium, isn't it? And, actually won there 4-1 in the FA Cup one year, so I hope we can repeat that. But no, listen, again, yeah, whatever it is, we'll go there with the right attitude and the right application, and look to get a win. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but Gary Sawyer was halfway through a 4-match ban when the season ended. Does that carry over into the new season?
I think it does, mate, yeah. I think it does.
Because I thought that might be the case, yeah.
Yeah. I think it does. Did he have 2 games? Did he miss 2 games first off? So you've got 2 left?
He certainly thinks it does.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Well, if he thinks it does,
pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it does. It will do. I think over the years when it's happened, it's a question for Shuey that he got more sent off more times than me. But
I think if I remember rightly, he'd missed 2.
He'd missed 2. He's got to do another 2. So,
yeah.
but that'll be. I don't know whether that'll be the Carabao Cup one. So that's 1 out the way, and then will it be the EFL trophy? I'm not too sure. So
the EFL trophy's got a different disciplinary thing.
Okay, yeah, it has. So now he can play in the EFL trophy, which.
So he might have missed QPR and Blackpool.
Yeah, and then he's
be around for Norwich.
Yeah.
It used to be so easy in the old days, and it gets all complicated. But okay. And one last thing that the EFL and Sky have mentioned about all the games being live streamed while there aren't any fans in the crowd, and while there's reduced crowds, which seems like a sensible option, so that fans at least get to see the team playing. You've spoken before about it's not going to be the same without fans, and they won't be there in person, but it'll be nice to know that there'll be a good number of people able to watch the game on a live stream, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I don't know how it works, whether we could have a big... I've seen plenty of them big screens at the grounds as well with the fans on it and stuff like that, so I don't know. I think that's a question for the commercial team. If we could get that, it'd be great to give the lads a bit of a buzz, Charlie, pull your finger out. So yeah, no, look, it is important, and I think the Parkway game, there was a few problems with the stream, and a lot of people get disappointed with it because they want to watch, and rightly so. We want them to be watching and supporting us, whether it's at home or whether it's at work, wherever they're watching the game. We want that, and as we've said loads of times, it is disappointing that they're not going to be with us for the near future. Hopefully that can be resolved very quickly, and it's looking October. But no, I think it's massively important that the fans are there, whether it's in person here or at home, whatever it is. We just need to make sure that they're still following us.
And it's a good source of income for the club potentially as well, isn't it? At a time when all clubs... That's not my department, Chris. But yeah, again, look, I think first and foremost, there are fans, they want to be with us and they want to watch, so I think the money side's irrelevant to me. I just want them to be there and with us and supporting us, which I'm sure they will. I just hope no tellies are smashed though when they're watching the live streams, or no iPads or computers. But no, listen, the quicker they can get back, as I've said, the better. But yeah, the live streaming is going to be still good for them. Thank you.